I always thought my family was like any other. But one evening, everything changed. First, let me tell you about me and my family. My name is Emma. I'm 23 years old, a literature student with dreams of becoming a writer. I live with my family in a cozy house on the outskirts of the city. My parents, Margaret and Daniel, are the kind of people who make our home feel warm and full of love. Mom is a teacher, always patient and wise, and Dad, an architect, has a creative spark that inspires me. I have two siblings, my younger brother Liam, who is 18 and just starting college, and my older sister Rachel, who is 26 and works as a nurse. Liam is the prankster of the family, always cracking jokes and lightening the mood, while Rachel is the calm and responsible one. Together we make up a noisy, loving team, with Max, our golden retriever, often in the middle of our chaos. It was an ordinary Sunday evening when my life changed forever. I didn't know it yet, but that day would reveal a truth so profound it would reshape everything I thought I knew about myself and my family. That Sunday evening, as we sat around the table after dinner, my parents exchanged a look I couldn't quite read. It was serious, yet filled with a hint of nervousness. I brushed it off at first, thinking it was about some mundane issue. Little did I know that night was about to change everything I thought I knew about my life. "Emma," Dad said suddenly, his voice breaking through the calm. I looked up, startled by his tone. It wasn't the casual way he usually called my name. It was serious, almost hesitant. "Yes?" I asked, putting down my phone. Mom exchanged a glance with Dad, that glance, the kind where words aren't needed, where a decision is silently made. Her hand trembled slightly as she placed her teacup on the coffee table. "Sweetheart, there's something we need to tell you," she said, her voice soft but strained. I sat up straight, my heart beating faster. "What is it?" Neither of them spoke immediately. The silence stretched, thick and heavy, filling the room with an unspoken tension. Finally, Dad sighed deeply. "Emma," he began, "you're adopted." The words hit me like a thunderclap. My brain froze, unable to process what he had just said. Adopted? Me? The very idea felt surreal. There was a moment of silence, so thick you could feel it. Liam, my younger brother, looked at me with wide eyes. "Wait, what? Emma? Are you serious?" His tone was a mix of shock and disbelief. Rachel, my older sister, leaned forward, her face calm but curious. "Why didn't you tell us sooner?" she asked, looking at my parents. Her voice wasn't angry, just questioning, almost protective. "What?" I whispered, my voice barely audible. "We've wanted to tell you for so long," Mom said, tears welling up in her eyes. "But it was never the right time, and then the years just passed." I stared at them, trying to make sense of it all. My parents, no, the people I thought were my parents, had kept this from me my entire life. "Why now?" I asked, my voice shaking. "Why are you telling me this now?" Dad leaned forward, resting his elbows on his knees. "Because we found something," he said. He reached under the coffee table and pulled out a small wooden box. Its surface was worn, the wood darkened with age. "This belonged to your birth parents," he said, handing it to me. I hesitated before taking it, my hands trembling. The box felt heavier than it should have, as if it carried the weight of an entire world inside. Slowly I opened it. Inside was a single folded piece of paper, yellowed with time. My heart pounded as I unfolded it. The letter began, "Dear Emma, if you're reading this, it means you've grown into the wonderful person we always dreamed you'd be. We had to give you up, not because we didn't love you, but because we wanted you to have a safe and happy life. You were, and always will be, our greatest treasure." I couldn't read any further. Tears blurred my vision as I clutched the letter to my chest. "They loved you," Mom said, her voice breaking. "They wanted to protect you." "Protect me from what?" I asked, my voice trembling. Dad looked at Mom before answering. "Your birth parents were remarkable people. Your father was a journalist and your mother was an artist. But they uncovered something dangerous, something that put their lives at risk. They had to go into hiding, and they gave you to us to keep you safe." The room spun around me. The life I thought I knew was unraveling thread by thread. "Do you know where they are now?" I asked, desperate for answers. "We haven't heard from them in years," Dad said. "But they loved you, Emma. They wanted you to have a life free from fear." For hours we sat in the living room as they told me everything. How they met my birth parents through a mutual friend. How my birth parents had trusted them with their most precious treasure, me. How they had wrestled with the decision to keep it a secret, always fearing this day would come. There was a silence. Liam broke the silence again, turning to me. "Emma, so what? You're still my annoying big sister. Nothing's changing that." His attempted humor made me smile through my tears. Rachel reached over and held my hand. "Emma, you've always been my sister. This doesn't change a thing. You've been here for every important moment in my life, and I'll always be here for you." Hearing those words melted the fear in my heart. I realized how lucky I was to have siblings who didn't let this revelation shake their love for me. Instead, it brought us closer. That night, I lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling. The letter rested on the bedside table, its words etched into my mind. A part of me felt betrayed, but another part felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. My adoptive parents had given me a life filled with love and security. My birth parents had sacrificed everything for my safety. In the days that followed, I couldn't stop thinking about my birth parents. Who were they? Were they still alive? Did they ever think about me? I decided I needed to know. I began my search with the wooden box. Along with the letter, it contained a few old photographs of my birth parents, smiling and holding me as a baby. There was also a small medallion with strange engravings. I wore it around my neck, feeling closer to them somehow. My journey to uncover the truth wasn't easy. It led me to old addresses, dead ends, and people who knew bits and pieces of the story. But with every step, I felt closer to understanding the people who gave me life. In the end, I didn't find them. But I found something even more valuable, a deeper understanding of myself and the two families who loved me. One evening, as I sat with my adoptive parents at the dinner table, I looked at them and smiled. "Thank you," I said simply. "For what?" Mom asked, her eyes filled with love. "For being my parents," I said. Some secrets change everything. This one didn't just change my past, it shaped my future. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who means the world to you. Family isn't always about where you come from. It's about the love and connection you build together. Let me know in the comments, what does family mean to you? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more heartfelt stories. See you in the next one.